part of me doesn't really like how often I do these. I uploaded like 3 videos without having to do one of these like vlog-esque things. But before that, it was like starting to become more frequent. So it's like difficult because I do want to be like just making other things. I don't want to be like one day of the week is a vlog and the other day of the week is like something else entirely, whether that's a writing video or a YouTube video video. But also like I don't entirely hate that I do these either. I like to think that it helps me have a little bit of longevity in as far as going into the future goes. I feel like having this window, this brief window of who I am helps me in the sense to where if people know who I am, it's gonna be a lot harder to believe things that are not true. That could be said about me in the future or whatever. Which is kind of scary in a way because I feel like I'm in a place of my life right now where I don't really know what I believe in a lot of areas, and that's fine because a lot of things about like the world I don't really care about, and I don't really think it's in my jurisdiction or whatever to give my opinions on a lot of things. Well, of course I can give my opinion about anything, but also like at the end of the day, they're just that, opinions. I see a lot of people on the internet talk about how because they have a platform, they feel like they need to address certain ideas and certain things that are important to do. I don't know. I just don't think most of these people really are in a place to where they are in that situation of I have a platform so I should say this, right? Or I feel like I need to voice my opinion on this. It just gives this idea of influence that I think is not in their job description, you know? Like if you're a singer, right, and you write songs about love or whatever, I don't know. Obviously, like nobody's expecting you to talk about whatever like hot political topic is on the rise, right? Obviously, you'll have people ask, but like it's not your job to say what your thoughts are on that subject. If you want to voice that opinion, that's totally fine, but I think this idea that people who make their living doing things like making music or making YouTube videos even or any sort of art, I don't think these people are inherently influencers. I don't think having a platform gives you the wisdom and the knowledge to guide people. And so it's weird for me because I understand that even though it's not your job, you still will influence people, and there is always going to be that question of like, is my influence to the world a good thing? Is what I'm contributing to someone else's life good or positive or whatever? And I think this is something that I've like kind of come to understand early on in coming back to YouTube. I really think that I could be very successful in trying to voice my opinions and giving like hot takes, but I don't think I would be giving a lot of good to the world, despite how successful that would probably make me. And especially since right now I don't really know what I believe about the world. I'm pretty firm in my like spiritual beliefs and whatever. But like as far as like things like politics goes, man, I don't I don't care. And I don't know that even if I did care that I would be in a place to where I could be an influence on people in those regards. Because at the end of the day, I'm not even a college student. I have as little authority to really speak on anything at all. Arguably, I don't even have the authority to be able to make videos about writing or YouTube videos, but I make those videos because that's just what I think is fun to make. I think these videos help me improve what I do. And so this idea of like trying to help out future me now, even though I don't know what future me is going to believe, I think it's made it kind of difficult in some ways to make videos, because the best thing you could hope for with the YouTube videos is being consistent throughout the years that you are on the platform. How many times do you see a content creator or a singer or a film director get like canceled for something they said in the past that they don't believe anymore, and then they have a hard time convincing people that they've changed? And I like to hope that I will be fairly consistent. I like to think that I'll build rather than necessarily like have to shift the way I think of different things, which I think works for me because I have good enough intentions. The problem for everybody in this life is to know how to use their good intentions well. I don't know, but something about right now, I don't know, but I've just been feeling contemplative, I don't know, about different things in the world. Maybe that's just part of me getting older. Maybe I'm doing something they call maturing. But I've been very contemplative about a lot of things, and I'm not entirely sure what to make of them. And so I think that kind of hinders me on like what I'm willing to do for like a video or something, because what if I'm not entirely consistent on that? And of course I can always change. It's not that big of a deal, and it hasn't been a deal. It hasn't completely thrown my upload schedule off. What did throw off my upload schedule was uploading 3 times in a week, and somehow that threw me on a Wednesday Saturday schedule opposed to a Tuesday Friday schedule. Not a big deal. Not a big deal whatsoever. However, I do want to be back on Tuesday and Friday. It's such a little difference. It's such a small difference. And I don't post at a very specific time, so it's not like it matters all that much. And honestly, half the time these videos are uploaded at like 12 a.m. because I don't have good health, I guess. But I do like the idea of them being on Tuesday and Friday, and I wish I was a little better at getting that on top of things. But I've had trouble like just trying to have that diligence just to get to work in general, and I don't think it's burnout this time. I think it's just life feeling kind of monotonous. In the last 2 weeks, the most eventful thing to happen in my life was I saw Barbenheimer, which was crazy. I loved it. Both movies, I loved them. But like on average, I'm kind of in a place to where I'm trying to keep my YouTube videos feeling new, but I'm like on such a rhythm of making content to where it's a difficult thing to balance, of keeping things new and exciting and figuring out how to shake them up while still being able to consistently make that and do that. Because I have all my videos planned out for like the next month, and then there's like 1 month of not knowing necessarily what I'm gonna do. I have things pretty well figured out for what I want to do with the channel for the next little while. It certainly helps to have a video that I have set a specific date for and I'm planning for, because now I can do videos around that and like around making sure that video gets to as many people as possible. And with a title like the top 10 hottest MILFs in preschool shows, I gotta say that will hopefully be clickable. Even if it doesn't get a lot of views, I'm sure I'll love that video. But till then, I can make a bunch of videos going forward. The conclusion of this, I guess, because I'm just kind of mind soup, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know what's keeping me from just doing a Tuesday and Friday upload schedule. Even with a video like this that's pretty easy to edit, I'm just having like a little bit of difficulty with that. But like, it's still 2 videos a week, so it's fine. But I'm just thinking about life with the fact that I have way too much time on my hands. But my goal this week is to not do another one of these videos unless it's in between the like 2 videos for the week. And that's I guess that's a goal for the next week as well. But my other goal is to work on some of the videos that will be coming out either this month or in a later month, and just kind of figure out things from there and keep them exciting. I think one of the reasons why I want to do that is because I'm going to college next month, and I really want to make sure that I have videos that I can, fall back to if the adjusting to college life is getting unnecessarily stressful, or I just need a video on a certain day while I'm working on college homework or just really stressed about college life. I think it would make the adjustment smoother and hopefully help me out a lot. I'm very optimistic about college though. I think it will help the fact that my life is feeling a little monotonous right now. But I think it will also help me find more people who know how to like do this kind of thing and genuinely enjoy this kind of thing, and we can make some banger stuff together. I think also another thing about me thinking about the future and thinking about like influence is I think about the kind of impact I want to leave on YouTube and on just whatever I do. And it's difficult to reconcile the fact that I want to try to make the world a better place in some way, but also believing that it is not my place necessarily. I guess that's a bad way of explaining it. It's not any more of my place to try to change the world than it is for anyone else in it. And the tricky thing about being an influencer is it can be hard to help people understand that you are just another human, and sometimes we even forget that ourselves, and we find this like success in whatever it is that we do, and we become blindsided to the fact that we're not doing as much good as we used to, and we start to think that we're more than what we really are. So I think I would like to change the world someday, but I don't think it's really appropriate for me to tell anybody who watches to do anything other than find out what you believe for yourself. And honestly, I am thinking right now that that's probably one of the best things I could do, and probably one of the best things any influencer could do, is to encourage people to find out for themselves what they believe and to follow that. And I don't think enough influencers trust people to do that.